Hey horror fans, welcome back to Room 237, coming to you with another random recent horror film. And this is one for 2012. I saw it in theaters and didn't like it then, and I still don't like it now. That is Chernobyl Diaries, which is on Netflix. AKA Chernobyl Has Eyes, because that's exactly what it is. It says it's a disaster horror film. If it was a horror film based on the Chernobyl disaster, then I could say that. It's a Hills Have Eyes ripoff, so it's not really a disaster. But it's directed by Brad Parker, whose name I can't even click on, so I guess he hasn't done anything else. And produced and written by Oren Peli, who did Paranormal Fuck My Activity. You know, he at least directed it and had something to do with each one since. And if you follow my channel, you know how I feel of at least the first 3 of those films. But, no, I guess it was shot in Pripyat, Hungary, and Serbia. So I guess it wasn't really shot at Chernobyl, but maybe some of the exteriors were. I didn't think so. There's a ton of radiation there. But if they didn't, then I give a lot of props to the set design. Set design does look very well done. And the interiors, the dilapidated buildings, and the atmosphere. And it stars Jonathan Sadowski, who was the guy singing Sister Christian in the beginning of the Friday the 13th reboot. Jesse McCartney, who, yes, was in Dream Street. I thought he looked familiar. What were those songs that came out in the early 2000s, late 90s, that people liked? Hold on, I gotta see what that was. Only goes back to 2004. Jesse McCartney. I remember when songs by them were coming out. 99, 2002. Whatever. But so their brothers, Paul's the older one, Jesse McCartney's the younger one. The younger brother's girlfriend, soon to be fiance, is gonna propose when they get to Moscow. And her best friend, because they're sort of vacationing through, that part of the country. His brother lives there, knows the language, and he decides, hey, why don't we do a Chernobyl tour? Which, why? I mean, I admit that would sound cool, though incredibly dangerous. And so he meets up with this sketchy solo working guy named Yuri, who's, I guess, does Chernobyl tours privately. He's been doing it for 5 years. But they even get there, and then, like, the military with guns turns them away. And I'm going to get more into Yuri, but you would think with the title, like Chernobyl Diaries, it's going to be found footage. You're partly right. It's shot found footage. It's that sort of close, intimate kind of feel. Sort of like Paranormal Activity, but you could tell it's a movie, not found footage, and no one's shooting it. So it's not found footage, but they try to make it look like it's got that shaky cam, so you can never tell what's going on. So they find another way into Chernobyl. There's this other Australian couple there also touring. And like the first part of the movie, they're walking around, uh, looking at different shit. They have like a radioactivity detector. And the tour is cut short because out of nowhere, this fucking bear just comes running through the building. Actually, not even that. Before they get to the building, there's like this giant dead fish outside that you can tell was affected by radioactivity, and no one says anything. No one's like, oh, well, things are kind of fucked up. Probably shouldn't go anywhere near here. And just for those that don't know, Chernobyl is probably the biggest disaster as far as power plants. And I mean, the people are still affected by the radioactivity, the fallout from it. So they get back to the van, and this is where the stupidity of the characters come in. Because they're all sitting there, and they're talking about their choices. You know, the van's fucked up. They can't leave because all these German Shepherds start attacking the van. And then they hear something, and so Yuri reaches in his glove box, grabs a gun, a pistol, and everyone gets pissed at him. Everyone's like, whoa, whoa, what's up with the gun, man? And it's like, you're in a creepy-ass place like Chernobyl, where it's also dangerous. You're hearing fucked up noises, and the van won't start. Someone has a gun for protection, and you're still gonna be a fucking whatever college kid getting pissed because it's a gun. Yeah, because guns kill people by themselves. That's a different tangent. So he runs out, the younger brother runs out after he bitches out the older brother because it was his idea. And these people are so fucking stupid because they have the light on in the van, but they're all trying to look out the window. They're all saying, I can't see him, I can't see him. Can you see anything? What can you guys see? I can't see anything. Can you guys see? It's like, have you ever tried to look out a window at nighttime with the light on? You can't see anything but your own reflection. So, I understand horror movies have to have sort of dumb people so that the plot can move forward. Like in a slasher film, you hear a noise. Don't go investigate it, but they have to so they can get killed. There's that, and then there's just people that are just incredibly fucking stupid. You hear some gunshots, the older brother runs off, grabs his younger brother that's been bitten by something. He says there was a lot of them. And then they're sitting there, and the lights are flickering. They're like, the fuck's going on? What's going on? The Australian guy's like, the battery's dying. They're like, what is going on? It's like, do you really expect the lights to be on forever? I mean, batteries have juice and they run out. And so then the next day is just, you get the older brother, the girlfriend's friend, and the other couple. They're going to try to get away on foot to get help. And of course, the German Shepherds are there, so they got to bypass them. They find this parking lot of cars. They find some cables that might work. Trying to get back. German Shepherds are chasing them. They find this rickety, like, stupidly made, very poor, narrow bridge that the girlfriend, the other couple girlfriend falls over. Boyfriend jumps in to help her, and he gets bitten by some radioactive fish. They get back, and the van is gone, but they find the girlfriend's phone that was recording. So they watch it. And this is the only part of the movie where I see the acting was bad. The acting was pretty serviceable throughout. But while the van's getting rolled over by whatever's outside, the brother screaming is kind of hokey. So then they decide they have to find him. They can't leave without him or the girlfriend. So they start walking through the buildings, and that's when we get the idea that there's these mutant people there that are getting tourists to eat them. And normally I would say, because you don't ever get a good look at them at all. It's not like Hills Have Eyes where it's like a special effects film and you really get to look at them. Here you get to see them as much as if it was found footage, always in the distance or shaky cam or shadows. Like, there was one actually creepy scene. It's when they're on their way back to the van and it's nighttime. They're standing there talking. We see the road sort of go into like this vanishing point with the moonlight on it. We see an out of focus silhouetted person kind of run across. That's the only creepy part of the movie. Like, they make it into this kitchen where they find Yuri all eaten. And they try to get out, but this one mutant hears them and is kind of walking around the kitchen. So you get like the Jurassic Park scene. The girlfriend's friend finds the gun, grabs it. And they're pretty much just running all around Chernobyl. Eventually, the girlfriend pops back out. I don't even know what happened to the... I don't even remember what happened to the other couple. It's still paused on the end credits. I just got done watching it, and I already don't remember what happened to them. Or like, there's a part where they realize that the radiation's getting a little strong. So they set the girlfriend down. They turn around. There's like this little girl just standing there. So the older brother tries talking to her. The little girl doesn't move. I guess that's kind of creepy. And then the girlfriend gets like sucked down the stairs and pulled away. Or was it her or was it the other couple girlfriend? Because I know eventually the girlfriend does, where it's just the older brother, the friend, and the girlfriend. They're climbing up this ladder. And the girlfriend gets pulled down, and you see like a group of them around her. But then they end up back down there, and they're walking by, and they see her again, and she's just got like a little bit of blood. It's rated R, okay? Have some blood and guts. You've already established that they're cannibals and mutants. So what they do is beat her to death. And it all leads up to, the radiation's already burning their eyes. They're like blind, their skin. There's one scene towards the end where there's this big opening, and we see some of the mutants coming at them. They keep jumping on top of them. They beat them off of them. And from what you can see, they kind of look like the Ferengi from Star Trek Next Generation. And normally I would say if you can't see the monsters or the killers, I would say it's kind of well done. Like, like in Jaws, you don't even get to see the shark till halfway through, more than halfway. Or like Blair Witch Project, you don't even get to see anything. But those movies are actually good. They have other things going for them. This one doesn't. It has atmosphere. Okay, it's a you get this idea, middle of nowhere, very creepy, abandoned, derelict buildings. So I will say that the atmosphere of the set design is well done. But the movie itself is not good at all. So not really being able to see the mutants is really sort of a detriment. So and this part was fucking stupid as well. They get outside, there's a military truck there. guys with flashlights and guns, speaking the language, Russian or whatever, wherever Chernobyl is. Uh, Ukrainian, Russian, somewhere over there. And they're saying, stop, don't move, don't come closer. And the guy's trying to say, please, we need help, we need help. And he keeps walking forward. He's blind from radiation, so he can't see. But still, it's already been established. You live there. You speak the language. You can understand what they're saying. Why would you keep speaking English and walking forward? I understand you can't see, but you speak the language. You would have heard him say, don't come closer, and you would have... Just another thing where, oh, let's just make this character, let's just not even worry about what came before so that this can happen. They put the friend in the ambulance and then take her to this facility, and through subtitles of them talking to each other, find out there's like this facility where all the radiation affected mutants are pretty much where they live, and they've all escaped and gone back to Chernobyl. That's what... Because Yuri says he's been doing these private tours for like 5 years. So normally I would have said, and you've never come across one mutant or one problem. But okay, I guess they've been held in captivity. Then they escaped, and that's where this problem arose. And so then we read through subtitles, oh, she's infected, she's already seen them, we can't let her go. And the first time I saw this, I thought they threw her in this room because she was already infected with radiation. But now it's because I guess they want to get rid of her because she's seen too much, and this is like a secret facility. So they throw her in this dark room, and she's kind of looking around, saying who's there. And then the camera sort of pans out through the slit in the door where the light flickers, and we see a bunch of them grab her. They shut the thing, and then No Reflection by Marilyn Manson comes on over the credits, which I like that song. I do like Marilyn Manson. Probably the best part of the movie. So yeah, I didn't like this movie when it came out. I didn't like it when I saw it in theaters. Really don't like it now. I would say this movie got a lot of praise. I know that when it came out, I personally knew a lot of people that liked it. I mean, it made $37.2 million off a $1 million budget. So it was made crazy cheap. I will say it looks good for the budget. There was some controversy about friends and family of the Chernobyl, the people infected and effected by it, saying that it was insensitive to take a place of disaster and make a cannibal mutant kind of film out of it. Like, a lot of people from organizations like that, like the Friends of Chernobyl Centers in the U.S., the Israeli charity Shabbat's Children at Chernobyl Children's Lifeline, they called it, insensitive, a plot mess. You even call it a plotless mess of disaster porn. They called it disgusting. So it caused some controversy as far as the story and the setting and just how bad of a movie it was. Has a 19 on Rotten Tomatoes. Uh, so I guess it was just I happen to know people who liked it. Overall, it wasn't that liked by anybody. I mean, the atmosphere and the setting, other than the controversy it caused, because I like the idea of something in Chernobyl. Like, it is kind of a. I mean, yeah, it would be like setting a movie like this in like a concentration camp. It wouldn't really go that well, but a place like Chernobyl where it's all abandoned, all derelict. Neat idea. The atmosphere was well done. The atmosphere was there. Um, but yeah, a lot of people, other than being insensitive, criticized it for its lack of originality because it is very much like Hills Have Eyes or Wrong Turn. That you have too little scares, not scattered enough over stretches of nothing, which I agree with all that. Just really not a good movie at all. And why not just pick a direction? Either make a traditionally shot film or go found footage. The in between just makes it feel like you really couldn't decide, or maybe they really wanted it to, or maybe they thought it would have the same illusion that it's real, even though technically there's no camera or person shooting it, at least as far as characters. Or maybe that's all Oren Pelly knows is found footage because of paranormal bitchtivity. But yeah, just choose one or the other, found footage or a regular movie. Sometimes it feels like it all looks found footage because of how it's shot. But, if you went found footage, the shaky cam, the not very good look at the mutants, all that could have been explained and maybe passable. But since it is a regular movie, kind of lost that pass. But yeah, I don't like this movie at all. I'm not one that thinks it's insensitive to do it like that. I do see the sensitive nature of it. I guess it depends on what you're doing, but yeah, I just thought this movie sucked ass. Chernobyl Diaries fucking sucked. Thank you for watching.